Hi, my name's Mike Sullins, and I wanted to share with you how God has moved powerfully in my life. As I look back through my life, my younger years, around age 7, my brother and my sister and I were headed to school, and we lived a long ways from school. It was a 13-mile ride from our home in the country to the school in town. And one day on the way to school, our bus driver passed out. Well, we were about halfway to town when the driver passed out, and when he passed out, we were close to going under an overpass. And so as he passed out, we veered off the road. A big sign come through the windshield, and us 3 kids were sitting in the front couple of seats, and glass flew everywhere, and the sign come up into the cab with the driver, and we went up the side of the embankment and moved across the concrete embankment and just scraped right underneath the overpass and came down and landed on our tires on the other side upright, and the driver came to, and we were able to get on to school that day, though he didn't pick up any more kids, obviously. But one of the stories my brother tells about that is as we were going up the embankment, he looked over towards me, and outside the window he saw a large white entity. He never really said exactly who he thought it was, but he saw them holding up the bus as we were trying to tip over because we were at such a steep angle. So God's moved really powerful in my life. You know, at age 17, He saved me spiritually as well. Said the sinner's prayer. A youth minister come out that particular Sunday, and we walked through what it meant, and then we prayed together, and I began to become closer to God at that point. And roughly a year later, again, God physically saved me. Our family was wheat farmers at the time, and so one afternoon I was coming from the mill where we'd just dropped a load of wheat, and I was empty and pretty close to the house, and as I approached a covered bridge that I'd been through 100 times before, I noticed that these 2 trucks were coming pretty quickly at me, and I thought I could get through the covered bridge in plenty of time. Unfortunately, they were speeding. Our total width stacked up to be a little over a foot wider than the opening in the bridge, so you can kind of see where this is going. And as we both passed inside of that bridge, I came to on the other side because we didn't fit. And when I came to, I noticed that where I'd been sitting, the steering wheel was in the back of the seat, and the clutch and the brake were pushed up underneath the seat, but I was fairly safely moved over into the center of the seat. Can't tell you if it was God Himself or an angel, but somebody physically saved my life that day. So God's moved several times powerfully in my life. And I want to ask you today, will you let God move powerfully in your life?